1, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Yo, what is up, ADT? Austin Dunn. I'm back again with another video. Probably wouldn't have expected me here, but today we have something very, very important that I need to talk about. And that is the fact that most guys still cannot do 10 pull-ups. Now, a few years ago, I made this statement, pretty controversial, in which I don't think it really is, but I said that I believe every man should be able to do 10 to 15 pull-ups. The reason is because the pull-up really shows how strong you are and how fit you are. Think about it. The best military branches, the most toughest ones, Marines, they require people to do pull-ups, especially the men. You have to hit a certain pull-up number, and that's by no accident. Whereas the more, I don't want to say softer because I was in Air Force or RTC, but other branches, there's a reason why they don't require pull-ups, because they know it's difficult. So with that being said, I was in the gym and I was looking around. I see guys do the pull-ups. Most times guys are, half repping. We talked about that quite a handful of times, but when I count their pull-ups, it almost never equals 10. And the reason why I believe this is because, one, they're either doing it as a warm-up, which is bad, but number two, they simply cannot do 10 pull-ups. So with that being said, this video, I'm gonna show you how you can get your first 10 pull-ups, and even if you're close to it or even above it, what you can actually do to increase it. That way you keep progressing. Guys, I've been talking about this stuff for over 10 years at this point in time. Subscribe, like, let's get into it. Now, the first way to get better at pull-ups is to simply start doing them. So when it comes to getting better at anything, there is this philosophy known as the set principle. It's not really a philosophy, it's truth. And it means specific adaptations impose specific demands. What that really means is whatever you do, you get better at. The reason why a lot of guys are picking lat pull downs over pull-ups is because they know deep down inside they're not good at pull-ups, so they opt for something easier. You can make the muscle building argument too. Bodybuilders, what do? They mostly do lat pull downs, these different machines, rows. You might say that will target the muscle better, but truth is pull-ups target it just as well, if not even more. The people with the best developed backs, almost all of them do some sort of pull-up variation. So the first step to get better is to first make the awareness that you're bad and then start doing it more. Now, you might be wondering, Austin, I can do less than 5 pull-ups, or I don't even know how many I can do. That's where you need to do next, is actually test. Test your max reps so that you can gain an awareness of where you're at. Me, I used to do max rep testing for almost every basic compound exercise, whether it be push-ups, pull-ups, dips, just to see my progressional level in terms of if I'm beginner, intermediate, or advanced. In fact, my most popular program, the Bodyweight Bodybuilder, in order to see the level in which you're at, you have to test your max reps, because that will tell me your personal strength level. So write this down, or next time you go to the gym, on a fresh start, don't do it at the end of your workout. At the beginning of your workout, just test your max pull-up. See how many you can do, chin above the bar, down at a dead hang. Just to give you some clarification, I believe you're a beginner if you can do less than 6. You're about intermediate if you can do 7 to 15, and advanced will be anywhere from 15 plus. My max number that I've hit in terms of highest was about 32 reps in a row. All right, now I'm gonna show you exactly what you need to do based on your max number of reps. So if you're less than 5, the number one exercise you need to do is the pull-up negative. The pull-up negative is exactly what it sounds like. You hop up on a pull-up bar and you slowly lower yourself down. Why does this work? Because we're stronger in the eccentric portion of the movement versus the concentric. Doing this, that's difficult. But for example, you find a smaller bar like this right here. If I was to start at the top where I barely have to jump up, and I hold myself and then I slowly lower about 3 to 5 seconds down, then you repeat that for reps, you will turn to realize that, hey, I'm actually training the same exact muscles I would with the normal pull-up. Just with this, it's a lot easier to do. That's exactly what I did back when I was less than 5, and that was a long time ago, so I can barely remember. But to my knowledge, I would do what I could in terms of normal pull-ups, so maybe like 2 to 3 at the time, and then I would finish off or superset with eccentrics. And this doesn't only correlate to pull-ups, but actually any movement that you're trying to get better at, especially with bodyweight training. Now, you can also use bands. I've never been a huge fan of bands, but I know that people love it. Basically, it works in the same exact way. However, with bands, the downside is that it kind of takes away a little bit from the core activation. though it's still training the movement. That's another reason why I also don't like the assisted pull-up machine in the gym, because you're focusing just on the movement of the lats. Like you might as well do a lat pull down in that case. Doing the eccentric like I just showed is where you're actually gonna get the most strength from. All right, you know what to do if you're doing less than 5 reps, but what if you can do more than 5 reps but less than 10? I find most people who are gym goers who maybe train to pull up a little bit tend to be within this range. So I'm gonna tell you exactly what you need to do. You need to do 2 rep schemes. Up first, we got the 5x5 combines gaining strength while also building muscle. It is effectively one of the best rep schemes when it comes to actually building the strength. But also throughout this rep scheme, you need to make sure that you give yourself enough time to rest in between sets. So 5x5, around 3 to 4 minutes rest. And this is only if you are doing between 5 and 10 reps. I would say 6 and 7. If you're doing more on the 10 side, then I would not do a 5x5. But you can do this instead. You can do a 4x8, which is the second rep scheme. And this is for my people who are, once again, doing 7, 8, 9 reps, even 10 reps on a good set. But after that, you find yourself going down. Do 4 sets of 8. Instead of 3 to 5 minutes rest, you're now going to do 2 minutes rest, max 2 minutes and 30 seconds, because the rep scheme is a little bit higher. You're going to train that, drill that, do it at least twice a week. No breaks, no doing light pull downs, no accessory movements. Simply stick to those rep schemes depending on where you're at, and you're going to notice that your pull-ups are going to increase. Now, for my guys who are above 10 reps, or you finally made it to above 10 reps, best thing for you to do now is to either start training for the one-arm pull-up, through variations, or start adding weight to yourself. I have personally found that adding weight to yourself gives you the most bang for your buck, because if you get strong enough with the weighted pull-up, you'll find that learning the one-arm pull-up gets a lot easier. But if you learn the one-arm pull-up, you might still suck at weighted pull-ups. So grab a chain belt, start off with 10 to 15 pounds. You can go back to those rep schemes like I talked about before, like 5x5 or 4 sets of 8. And that's how you actually get to 20 plus, or start doing crazy weighted pull-ups with 200 pounds attached to you. The point is, you have to actually train the pull-up, learn your max reps, train in the right rep screen, and do it consistently. That's exactly how you actually get there. And that way, everybody's doing at least 10 reps. Once again, I believe every guy should do it. So if that was helpful, be sure to subscribe. Also, be sure to check out our new system called AI Austin Coaching. This is where you can talk to an AI replica version of me. I can give you advice on your fitness, on your dating life, mental health, motivation, accountability. We're building out new features every single week. Not only that, but you're going to get access to my exclusive Patreon content once you join. And as of right now, you can actually try this for free. So I'll leave a link down below in the description. We'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.